Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. However you got here, we appreciate it. If you could just take 1 second to like, subscribe, to rate and review and all of those things, we would appreciate it so much. And thank you so much for listening, and hopefully you think it's hilarious. Hello. Remember that commercial? Hello, Moto.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic.
The classic commercial.
Classic early cell phone history commercial. Hello, Moto.
Hello, Moto.
Was that around the time of the Can You Hear Me Now guy?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was.
That guy's such a fucking sellout.
I know. He's like, I'm with Sprint now, so they pay me more money.
Yeah.
So.
Sounds like he's like a guy who's like, I'm much happier with the relationship that I'm in now. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, well, sounds like you're still thinking about your ex, bro.
Why are you telling us that if you were so happy?
Yeah, like the guy's always like, oh, my ex sucked.
Also, I feel like when he switched to Sprint, at that point, he hadn't been doing the Can You Hear Me Now for a while. So I think a lot of people forgot. And I'm sure people were like, oh, okay. And then other people were like, were you doing something else? Or
Yeah.
Because I think there was enough time in between that,
Yeah.
you know, people were like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I did some consulting.
Yeah. I took some time off to discover myself and kind of went on a journey.
Yeah.
Well,
I joined a church.
I joined a church.
Became a deacon.
Wasn't great. Didn't love the rules. Didn't love the
A
restrictions.
lot of perks. Got a lot of perks. So I did. That was great.
Yeah.
That was great. I mean, I feel like no one would appreciate a "Can you hear me now" joke more than like a church audience.
Really?
Yeah, because they're here for the cheese.
Cool.
The cheesier, the merrier.
Okay.
You know,
As the saying goes.
Yeah, as the saying does go, cheesier the merrier. That's what I say.
Yeah, you always say that. You
Anytime
love saying
someone's
that.
like, "Hey, can I have some cheese from your cheese tray?" and I say, "The cheesier the merrier."
Always very cheese specific. Yeah, and that's how I like talking.
That's how I try to live my life.
Let's get into the
As much
dairy
cheese
of
as
it.
possible.
Let's get into the dairy.
Yeah. What's up, babe?
Hey.
Oh.
Not a heck of a lot. You know, just happy to be here.
Yeah. It's kind of been a low-key week, I think, hasn't it, for us?
It has.
Oh, what's been going on?
Chilling, which that's how I like it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how you all are, but the week is supposed to be
Boring.
just getting by.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, because the weekend, you know, obviously you want to relax, but I feel like it takes so much longer to kind of take yourself down if you had a stressful week, because Friday you're like, oh fuck yeah, but then you're taking, I feel like, the rest of the night to be like, we're chilling, we're good now, you know. You really gotta not build it up, but you really gotta build it down.
Yeah, you got to break it down.
Break
yourself down through a hard week's work.
That's right. And then build yourself up.
Yes.
Break it down, build up.
Yeah, that's a thing. You know, as I get older, I'm like, I don't want to do anything on the weekends anymore. I just want to chill.
Yeah, that is where we differ.
But then I also don't want to. It's weird. It's like you can't win. You know, I want to chill. I want to do nothing. But then when I'm doing nothing, I want to be doing something.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm not doing anything right now. But then as soon as I'm out, I'm like, gotta get back in.
Debacle.
That sounds like I think that's a Seinfeld bit. Mm-hmm. You know, as soon as you get out, we gotta go.
As soon as you get out. Nope, that's not. I can't do. Huh? You're gonna do a Jerry now, aren't you?
What are you, crazy?
All right, that's Michael J. Fox. Your Jerry is always Michael J. Fox.
George.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that her name was rhymed with a female anatomy part? That's pretty good.
So great. So great.
Comedy really peaked in the 90s, I think.
Yeah, you think so?
Comedy and movies, all traditional forms of pop culture, I think peaked in the 90s,
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's easy to think that in retrospect because that was our era.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just don't know because every generation thinks like, but in mine, blah. Mm-hmm. But I think the difference now is like things just move way too fucking fast.
Yeah.
And I can't keep up with the trends. And then it's the next thing. And it's overwhelming.
Yeah. It's like, things of interest come and go so quickly that they don't really have time to become they don't have time to become pop culture.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, did you see this thing? No. Did you see this thing? No. It's not like everyone is seeing, random TikTok trends like they are, like everyone used to see Forrest Gump.
Right.
You know, it's like there are little pockets of people who are seeing other little pockets of content.
Right.
So you got to just find your pocket, and that's all you can really do.
Yeah, I agree. I wonder when that changed because I was thinking about this the other day, and I think back in the day, you'd think, well, regardless of what happens, I'll always be remembered for X, you know?
Yeah.
There's some lasting change. And obviously, as years go on, I bet people aren't thinking about Humphrey Bogart, but he exists. As you know, I don't know. He's going to be discussed. Culture,
maybe.
What?
But like Bogart in it, like that phrase.
Yeah.
That's really the only way people remember him now is because of the
infamous phrase. But in any case,
people know that phrase.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but also no.
Yeah.
So I feel like now whoever is like has a spike in popularity. It's like what Andy Warhol said, like everyone will be famous for a minute.
Yeah.
You just forget him. Remember that kid, whatever his name was from Target? That was Alex from Target. Some girl took a picture and she's like, he's so cute. And then everyone was like, Alex from Target. And
never heard of that.
It's just an instance of something that came and go.
I feel like we're proving our point here.
Yeah, no, I know.
I bet you millions of people saw Alex from Target, and I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, I said that to give evidence to the people because I think people were like, I don't know if it's true.
Yeah, two people are going to be like, oh my God, Alex from Target.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I feel like most people wouldn't remember, but in any case, I saw a TikTok that was like bringing back the Harlem Shake. And I'm like, oh my God, do you remember that one?
Nope.
I can't do that.
Well, the name sounds familiar, but I don't know.
I'm going to show you video later, but that was a big trend.
Is that ACL ice bucket trend?
No, but that
era?
was another one I feel.
Yeah.
That it's not like it was there for a week. I mean, it lasts a lot. It lasted a lot longer in the infancy of the internet. Well, not infancy, but earlier on when Facebook was like the place to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what happened to a lot of those early YouTubers. Do you think that they are fickle about how things... Because I feel like none of those guys are popular today. Like, think about, like, do you know Brandon Hardesty?
No.
He was the guy who did the weird face videos. Geico hired him for a couple of commercials. It's just a guy doing a lot of weird faces and voices.
Okay.
Yeah?
No, I don't know.
Really?
No.
Oh.
He just did weird faces.
Millions of
hits.
That's all you had to do
The
back
weird
then. You just had to
face
do
guy.
weird faces.
No, I get it. I mean, the bar is still
cool
pretty
is that?
low, especially with comedy, but
Yeah.
it's so much easier because, our brains short attention span. So
Yeah.
there's this guy on TikTok that literally just just lip sync sounds.
Yeah.
And it's really entertaining, and
Sounds
it's so.
awful.
I'll show you. You're not going to enjoy it, but
Yeah. Love TikToks I hate.
yeah, and I think there are YouTubers that are still popular, and
Yeah.
they've still survived, but
Yeah.
in general, I think there's a lot of resentment now
Mm-hmm.
for these kids who can get famous on TikTok, which
Yeah.
I get it, but also, regardless of TikTok, your time will come and go. Like, fame does not last. Your
Yeah.
popularity is not gonna, there's still gonna be diehard stans,
Yeah.
but nothing lasts forever.
I never met a normal dude named Stan. Do you think that's why they call them Stans? Because Stans usually are a little like chill out, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like extra and what they.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever met a stan.
Really?
I think of that Eminem song.
Yeah.
This is Stan. You don't know it.
Mm-mm.
You don't know Eminem.
My brother-in-law is named Stan,
Mm-hmm.
and he works on. He does maintenance for White Castle,
Oh yeah, you
And-
told me this.
and he's like, "Hey man, whatever you do, don't get the strawberry milkshakes."
Strawberry specifically.
Yeah, he told me a story about how there was a milkshake machine was clogged, and it's because they never cleaned it ever. And so when he took the thing, like the what do you call it, the pump out, it was just caked with just dead gnats
No.
that have just been living whole just generations of gnats and eggs and just queens just fucking and just making a little milkshake soup in there.
I'm vomiting.
You know?
I'm in the process of vomiting. I am
Yeah.
vomiting everywhere. The Exorcist style.
Just saying, stick with the big red.
Yeah, I can't, there's a lot of things I would like to stay ignorant to. And one
Yeah.
of them are probably how unsanitary some of the food practices are.
Yeah.
Because I haven't died yet. I look at it, I always go like, so many people have lived long lives
Yeah.
doing crazy things.
Sure.
And I'm just going to keep on keeping on.
Mm-hmm.
And most people I think are like that. I think a lot of people don't really want to hear the truth as much because it's like, I have to stop doing the shit I like to be doing.
Well, so many people start things by, I'm going to tell you the truth. And it just is so not, So I feel like people are really skeptical of anyone who says the truth.
Oh,
these
especially
days.
now.
Especially now.
It's
like 90% of the truth is really just complete bullshit. Like, it's not the truth at all.
Yeah.
Strangely. It's weird how that works. Mm-hmm. Anyone who's like, oh, I got the truth. I'm like, sounds to me like you don't.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? And someone's like, I'm going to stop you right there because I won't.
Yeah.
Because I won't do that.
Which strangely, that would have been the truth had they said that.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So, everything sucks, but it's also tight because we have TikTok, and
Yeah.
that's our
the highlight.
that's our real savior.
Yeah,
right there.
exactly. TikTok is the savior.
gonna
Yeah,
keep us going.
I have to, I'm in, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm getting my master's in public policy, and
Whoa.
and I feel like, and not that I was ignorant to a lot of these things, but as you explore the world of public policy and all the different areas, it's just, it just keeps getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, I knew it was bad. Oh, it's here too. Oh, okay, got it. And I'm going to be hopeful, but also can I be?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a struggle.
Yeah, it's a struggle bus.
I know too much. Mm-hmm.
Struggle tour bus.
And I'm in the front.
Yeah. Are you the driver?
No.
You're just in the
Too
front
big.
seat.
Just nervous
Like
as
just
hell.
behind the line.
Yeah, just very close though, because I want to offer advice to the bus driver.
Yeah.
And they're like, ma'am, I know how to do my job.
Get behind the line.
I know how to do. Well, I just need to, ma'am,
Yeah.
please. Yeah, the whole time. It's awful for them. Mm-hmm. Not a good time for them or the other passengers who are really experiencing some tough times.
Speaking of tough times, I don't think you're aware of this yet. I'm just going to
Uh-oh.
bust this out.
Bust it out, baby.
Breaking news. Breaking news. Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson have called it quits.
No one saw that coming.
Yeah.
What a twist.
Isn't that crazy?
No.
9 months.
That is honestly what's crazy is that it was so long.
Really?
But she knew I think we all knew what was up. It was rebound. But he got a tattoo about her on his body.
Right.
Because he's reckless.
But he can afford to get it removed.
Yeah, it's fine. He doesn't care.
Yeah. Man, someone told me a really funny tattoo story. Who told me about a celebrity got a tattoo of another celebrity, and then they broke up, and then they changed the name. What was that?
What? Oh, you mean Johnny Depp, Winona Forever, and it was Wino? Also, that is pretty common knowledge.
Right?
I think it was someone else, but
yeah?
I don't remember. But
yeah, you're right. That was so funny. I'd never heard that till
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad that you
Do you think he's saying like I love to date like booze heads forever, or he's celebrating his own alcoholism?
I think it's own alcoholism.
Okay.
Like he's a wino. Right. But I think that it's almost implied like he's a sommelier. You know? He knows about wine. But wino is not... It's like someone who's an expert in wine.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
a cultured bitch, so...
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was someone who was a big fan of the Girl Scout cookie Samoa.
Okay.
Sommelier.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say it couldn't be.
Can't say it couldn't be.
To someone who didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, yeah, that happened. And, you know, I mean, do you think that is that good karma for the world? Is that bad karma?
And there's no telling.
There's no
Everything is on fire, and we just have to get through it.
Should it have been... should they have toughed it out?
You know, I don't really have an opinion on it, okay. But if there was a gun to my head right now, I would say no. What?
Well, there is.
Ha! Please
Audience,
put it away.
Okay.
It's not registered.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so much younger than she is, and impulsive, and she's got kids, and
she's younger.
He is.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's in her 40s, and he's like. Maybe he's like 26 or 27.
No, he's not that young.
Yeah, he is, homie.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought he was like 30. I thought he was my age.
No.
Shit.
No, he's younger. But yeah, so it was never going to work out. It was just a fling. So I was shocked that it lasted as long as it did.
Yeah. Do you think that encroaches on predatory? I mean, if she's in her 40s. That's a big gap. What, 14 years at least, or
No, I personally don't think so, only because I think he's old enough to like make his decisions.
Okay.
I think you and I have talked about this, but I think that if someone's in their late 20s and they date an older person, I think you know, it's not like it's a little weird, but him being in his late 20s and her in her early 40s is different than him being like 20.
Yeah.
And, you know, before his brain is fully...
Okay.
You know,
so if he were like 18
developed.
and she were 30,
that's disgusting. If he were 18 and she was 27, that's disgusting.
That's too much.
Yeah. If you're that young, I mean, as you get older, like you can make those decisions more logically and like have more critical things. Not that, you know, but he was just like, fuck it, this is Kim Kardashian. Obviously I'm going to do this.
Sure.
She's hot, you know?
What if the roles were reversed? What if he were in his 40s and she were 26? Would that be weird?
No. I mean, that's more common. It's again, the point still stands of late 20s and older is not that everyone isn't like, oh, that's weird, but it's more acceptable than if it, you know, if they were younger.
Okay.
So,
okay. Just checking.
Those are my final thoughts.
Just seeing what the options are out there. Anyway, so we want everyone to know that this week, you know, we're gonna try something a little different. You know, we want to
switching it up.
We're continuously experimenting with the format, and we're just gonna have a little fun here.
Let's get it going.
So Allison, this beautiful vision, has presented or has researched this topic. I have no idea what it is.
I got a toppy.
She got a topic of the week. And we're just gonna blast through it. And see
We're
what
going to
happens
discuss. I think we need to educate people. We're here to spread knowledge.
It's definitely why we're
because
here.
knowledge is power,
Mm-hmm.
and we want to give it to you as a prezi.
We want to give you the power.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So
From the bottom. Power from the bottom.
mm-hmm. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So Adam, I am ecstatic to share this info with you.
I can't wait.
I don't know if you just saw it because
No.
I was
You were tapping at it. Like,
I was
let's go.
like, I got a lot of shit to say. Let's move it along.
I'm here.
homie.
I don't care if we're here for 3 hours. We're gonna get through every.
I'm gonna read every
page.
single thing, and
Okay.
I'm a slow reader. No,
So
I'm
what's
not.
your topic of the week?
So this is something, when we discussed getting into it,
Yeah.
that I thought about pretty quickly, and it is something that I've been interested in, and I think many people would be, and it is espionage. That is spies and secret agents.
Spies Like Us.
Spies Like Us.
With,
Secret Agent Man.
Was John Candy Spies Like Us?
No, that was Dan Aykroyd.
Steve Martin?
No,
But it was Dan Aykroyd and somebody.
and someone.
It wasn't Steve Martin? Chevy
I'm
Chase.
Pretty sure. Yeah. I think that sounds right. Dan
Okay.
Aykroyd, I think, was the Russian spy.
Oh, no way. Good for him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He's so versatile.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys, I want to share some stuff. A lot of which I think, I kind of knew, and some I didn't know. So, let me get these facts out here.
Please.
Are you ready for it?
Quick question. I want to know.
Already
Because again,
questions.
we're discussing this on the fly.
Right.
This is the power of podcasting here.
Mm-hmm.
So am I allowed to interject? Am I allowed to ask questions along the way? How would you prefer that I engage with you on this?
Here, I'm glad we're discussing this as we record.
Yeah.
Here is what I think we should do. I'm going to say something and I will pause and let you. I'm not going to just blah, blah, blah. So let me finish the sentence first, and then it'll be your turn to comment. Unless it's not a good comment, and then I'm going to shut that shit down.
Okay. Maybe you could do when you're ready for me to chime in, you could do a lower the paper and then look at me and then eyebrows up.
I hate all this right now. Let's just get going with it.
And then, okay.
I'm sorry, everyone. This is unnecessary.
Yeah.
And something we should have discussed prior to this.
Yeah.
Moving right along. Espionage.
Yeah.
Secrecy. The CIA. Spies. So first and foremost, if you're wondering how long has spy been around? It's one of the oldest professions. Spying is mentioned in the Old Testament. There were the cloak and dagger machinations of the ancient Greeks and Romans in the Middle Ages. Diplomacy and intelligence were closely bound together that it was difficult to differentiate ambassadors from secret agents. Hear that?
Yeah.
All together.
Ambassadors and secrets. So it's almost like
knows?
ambassadors.
Who's who?
Maybe they're up to no good. Who could say?
Were they ever up to good?
Depends
I don't
on who
know.
You're asking.
I don't know.
Queen and country.
That's right.
Yep.
Queen Elizabeth I spy masters had created an elaborate secret service. So when she was in there, she was like, let's get it going.
Girl.
She always was saying girl. She wouldn't stop.
No.
To everyone. The men were uncomfortable.
She
They
was
felt
sprinkling them
emasculated.
out like periods.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anyone knew this, military espionage played a role in all the major modern wars. I think that makes sense, right? That
Sure.
was going on. You want to get the upper hand.
Absolutely. You got to know what's up.
You got to know what's up. In the World War II, intelligence gathering had become a major government undertaking.
Okay.
And the means of espionage and spycraft were greatly enhanced by technological developments. Who would have thunk? Probably everyone.
Yeah.
Probably all the people.
I have a comment for that.
Please proceed.
May I?
Yes.
So when I was in high school, we had a substitute teacher who was a retired CIA agent.
No fucking way.
Swear.
Why have we
swear
not
to
discussed
G's.
this before?
Well, I was waiting for this topic to come up.
You knew.
And his name was Mr. Haley, spelled Hoe HLE, I think.
Yeah.
He always spelled it out because it's like.
I'm glad you. Yep.
And he never had like any really cool stories, but he did say that one time when he went undercover, he did have a phone built into his shoe, which I thought was pretty tight.
I don't think that's real. Like from Get Smart.
Yeah.
I almost
from Get Smart.
feel like he was fucking with you.
No, he was a real CIA agent.
Okay. Everyone just don't say anything. All right. So this is what I found interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not like a crazy fact, but there was this dude named John Jay. All right. Born in 1745. So we are talking pre-independence.
Okay.
He's the founding father of American counterintelligence. So this dude, he contributed to drafting and ratifying the U.S. Constitution. Ever heard of it? And he was in charge of leading the Committee for Detecting and Defeating Conspiracies. At what age? 30. He was a go-getter. He got it.
Wow.
He went to get it. He got it.
He was probably dead by 36, though.
I mean, probably. So, I mean, it's kind of what you would think. People were sworn to secrecy. They had different legal authorities because they were trying to get in it. They were like, you can kind of do a lot of shit. So just don't be telling people. Over the existence of the committee, it investigated more than 500 allegations of betrayal and sedition.
Wow. It's pretty
500. Good. That's a lot. That's a lot in the early
then.
days. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He even uncovered a plot to kill George Washington.
Is that book? That's the book you gave me.
I don't know.
Remember you gave me the book when we first started dating? George Washington.
I have brain injury.
The mini assassination.
Oh, I do remember that. The one that you gave away?
We still have it.
No, I think you gave it away.
No.
Oh, maybe you didn't. It was the other one.
Oh man.
All right.
I think we still have it. But
moving right
along.
along.
I bet you he's in that book.
That's it. They had numerous successes in exposing British espionage activities and spoiling plots against the rebellion.
That's probably the main kind.
That's right. Those are the biggest kind.
Yeah.
And it's only very recently in the 20th century that official intelligence organizations were founded and spying was established as a profession, which is interesting. So it sounds like before that, somebody was like, I'm a fucking spy. And then the one would be like, okay, don't care. That's not even an established profession.
Yeah, he's in the bar.
That's so embarrassing.
She's like, that sucks.
Yeah, but also he probably had his dick out too, so that didn't help matters. She was like, also put your dick away. My penis. Ooh, put it away.
Yeah.
So here I have, those were just some facts to start y'all out with, a little refresh.
Yeah.
I got some spy stories, and
Okay.
a big reason I kind of went with this is I was a big fan of Alias. I'm a big fan of any like female lead kicking ass.
Yeah. Well, Jennifer Garner. I mean, she's a
what are we
treasure.
doing? What are we doing here? Also, she
To this
went
day.
to my first college, so.
Oh, whoa.
That's right. So here's one story. Carl, I think it's Cocker, whatever, and his wife Hannah lived a swinging gold-plated life in New York City in the early 1980s, all while funneling classified information to the Soviets. So here's just one example. The wife was a diamond dealer, and Coker, I'm going to say Coker, he did incalculable damage to the CIA and its assets. And then his wife was an accomplice. So kind of the background, moved to the U.S., saying he was a defector and trying to get away from the communism. And of course, U.S. was like, yes, fuck communism.
Yeah.
We are here for it. Get over here. Just come on over.
Yeah.
In 1971, he was naturalized as an American citizen, and then within a year, passed the CIA pre-employment screens. And so he's in, right? He's hired as a full-time translator and analyst. They're like, we're getting it. Eventually, there were suspicions. The CIA was like, you got to leave. And then he went back to, where did I say he was from?
Russia.
I don't think it was Russia. It was Soviet Union. And
Okay.
then the KGB was like, you got to get back there. We're not done with you. So he's like, fuck, okay.
Oh, interesting.
And then he went back and they were like, we obviously know you're doing shit. And he's like, all right. But he was only put in jail for like 2 years, and then he
Okay.
got out, and
That's not
he's
bad.
currently like living a quiet life
Oh, really?
in some other place that I can't see
You think he's still swinging?
on here. He's still what?
Swinging.
Oh yeah. See, that's why this was interesting.
Yeah.
So he had an unusual way of obtaining classified information. Like, oh, son, how was it? Attending sex parties.
Yeah.
He and his wife developed a taste for swinging and spouse swapping, which is what swinging is, shindigs, where his wife's good looks made her a popular attendee. So they were getting it on. And in these situations, he was like, hey, what's up? Can you give me some info? And then other agents were like, yeah, I'd fucking love to. Let's have sex and we'll discuss it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, not great.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So that's a little tidbit about him.
Wow.
I know.
I have so many
What a
questions.
story. Yeah. Well, I probably can't answer them.
Yeah.
I mean, you can give me one and we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Maybe dwell for a moment.
Okay. Let's have a little dwelling.
Makes you realize, like, everyone on the top, they're just all banging each other. Right? I mean, there's no way that's not all happening.
That's one of the spy facts I had. I don't
Yeah?
know why I didn't say it. So, well, actually, it's later. But there is someone who is an ex-CIA agent was like dating pretty dope in the CIA because you had people who got it. He
Yeah.
said there was a big pool of single ladies and there was a lot of, because you can't tell people about what you do.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to pick those who also do the same thing.
Keep it in the family.
Because they get it. Yeah. Keep it in the family. That's right. That's right. Any follow-up questions?
What happened to the wife?
Oh, they're chilling.
Yeah, they're still together?
I mean, I assume.
Wow.
I don't know if they're still alive.
They
but
must have a great
They just set up
relationship.
shop. They're living, I guess, a quiet life outside of Prague.
Oh, okay. Neutral territory.
That's right. That's right.
Wow, that's amazing.
I want to share the next story is my favorite story.
Please.
James Armistead.
Okay.
And this is someone that you all need to know about. He was
Armistead.
an enslaved man, and he provided critical intel to the Continental Army as a double agent during the Revolutionary War.
Wow.
What's that? A black man contributing to the America's success?
Yeah.
And isn't discussed enough? Egads. So the victory of the Battle of Yorktown in 1781 was like mainly contributed to Armistead's.
Oh, no way.
His
intelligence.
His intelligence. Because working as a double agent. His owner managed the military supplies for state of Virginia after the war began. And he was like, yo, James, like, get in there. That's cool. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
He was stationed under the Marquis de Lafayette, commander of the Allied French forces, who
okay.
also was featured in Hamilton, if you all are familiars. And then, they were like, hey, do you want to like infiltrate the British Army through espionage? And he was like, yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
And this is what was clever because
Okay.
obviously we are underestimating black people.
Yeah.
Posing as a runaway enslaved man, Armistead quickly infiltrated British forces via Benedict Arnold's camp. What? He had knowledge of the terrain, so people were like, oh, it's not suspicious that you know all of this information. And so he was useful to, Arnold and Cornwallis for British intelligence during the war. So they were like, hey, can you spy on the colonies? And he's like, of course I can. And of course he goes back to Lafayette and he's like, this is what they're doing. And then goes back to Cornwallis and is like, here's lies I'm going to give you.
Oh, I see.
Here's
Okay.
misinformation. And they're like, thank you so much.
Yeah.
You dumb slave. And he's like,
Yep.
This is what's fucked up though. After the
Okay.
war officially concluded in 1783, Armistead was forced to return to slavery.
Ooh, bad rap.
America was like, yeah, you really helped us out there, James, but you are also black.
Yeah.
So, but there is a happy ending to this, everyone. So Virginia law states from 1783 states enslaved men who have faithfully served agreeable to the terms of their enlistment and have thereby, of course, contributed towards the establishment of American liberty and independence should enjoy the blessings of freedom as a reward for their toils and labors. So you're like, that's great. But, and he's like, is it cool? And then the government was like, it's not. You're still a slave.
Okay.
But then Lafayette was like, hey, can you guys just like give him his freedom? So then in 1787, he became a free man.
Oh, that's great.
But like, it took
87.
so long,
Yeah, long time. it
That's
sounds
some
like.
bullshit.
Sure.
But
Sure.
he got it. And
How
then,
old do you think he was?
I mean, I don't know.
When did he die?
I don't know. I don't have that info.
It's like a month later.
I mean, honestly, he's like, I'm free. Oh no, what was going on? Consumption was.
Yeah.
Is that something?
That's very hazy, right? I mean, I'm sure there were, because some people were, set free, right? I mean, what were the rules back then? I mean, how did one earn one's freedom in those?
I mean,
situations?
once
I'd
good
be
old
very
Abe
curious.
Lincoln came in and he's like, hey, we're going to do the Emancipation Proclamation. And now here is the 13th Amendment.
Right. But I mean, like before then,
No.
because clearly there were some rare examples.
Yeah. That is a good question.
I wonder
and
how that worked.
I don't have the answer to that one.
Yeah.
You can follow up and do your own research.
I'm going to do some Wiccan.
Yeah.
Wikipedia research. That's
not
what
the
I call it.
witchery.
Not the witchcraft.
Okay,
no.
good. Well, you dabble.
No.
The
say
other
that.
fact, very quick, Ernest Hemingway was a spy. What?
Who's is that the writer?
Yeah, the
What did he
writer.
write?
Grapes of Wrath,
No way.
of Mice and Men.
Oh,
You
wait.
guys,
no,
that was
that's George Steinbeck.
yeah, you're John Steinbeck.
Something Steinbeck.
Wait, Ernest Hemingway was. This is embarrassing, you guys. I was in AP English.
Yeah,
Was he?
I wasn't.
Was he? Yes, you were.
Yeah, I was.
Moby Dick wasn't Ernest Hemingway,
No,
or was it?
that wasn't.
Oh my God, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, you're on the spot.
Maybe it will come back to me.
Ernest Hemingway. Didn't he write like poetry?
He
or
was.
something, or?
He was. No, he wasn't. No, but I
Oh,
mean, we're talking
no.
like he was born. I think he was. He's like adult in the 40s. So,
In the 40s?
In the 40s,
Maybe he wrote Great Gatsby.
Yeah, maybe. No, I don't. Yes, I think you're right.
Yeah, because that was based. That
Please
was
let
about the
it be
20s.
right. Let it be right.
Maybe we should Google just this once.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
might be
just
the
so
move.
we don't
So
infuriate
what was he?
listeners.
What kind of spying did he do?
He had suspected espionage work for both Soviet and U.S. intelligence agencies before and during the Cold War. A military historian and former U.S. Marine Colonel Reynolds also spent more than a decade as a CIA officer. I don't know why I put that in there, but I think it was suspect, but people were like, he was. So that's just a little tidbit.
Wonder how you get into that.
I don't know.
How-
You can
how-
apply. I read you apply for the CIA.
Anyone can apply to be
That's
in the
right.
CIA.
Mhm.
But I mean, like this guy just fell into like, I know some people that might know some stuff, and let's see if we can extract it.
I think he was just having like a burr at a pub, and they looked at
Yeah.
him and they were like, "Hey," and he's like, "What's up?" And they're like, "Espionage," and he's like, "Okay,
Yeah,
probably."
yeah. Is that he's like? Was that like a menage? And they're like,
They're like,
yes, He's
yes.
like, I'm in.
He's like, "Okay," and then he found out later, and he's like, "That's fine."
Yeah,
So yeah. So here's
Good for him.
Here's what I think y'all want to know.
mm-hmm.
Because this is why I was interested in it. How do people in the CIA compare to the film and the film and the TV?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So I read some articles and they were asking ex-CIA agents like what they thought of all these different things and how did it translate to real life.
yeah.
So a CIA agent, they were asked to like rate their top spy movies. Some of these I didn't know, and so I just kind of put some I knew and then others I kind of heard about.
Yeah.
The Departed, he was like,
love it.
Leonardo DiCaprio captured the emotional impact of working undercover while out there. You truly are on high wire without a net.
Mm-hmm.
Which that makes sense, right? It's just kind of like, I feel like that would be realistic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of what I read here was like CIA agents being like, the ones that aren't super over the top are the most realistic. Like Argo, one of them was like Argo
Oh,
is
I want
pretty
to see
realistic.
Argo so bad.
Yeah, I don't really want to.
Yeah.
I will.
Any kind of like
I will.
cool, like stuffy spy, boring movie, like white collar movie. I'm here for it. Let's
Really?
do it. Yeah, love them.
Okay.
Love them.
All right.
Absolutely. Love Glengarry Glen
Okay.
Ross. That's not a spy movie, but it's
Yeah,
like a,
it's not,
it's like
but
a business is
I didn't
edgy,
enjoy it.
Yeah, I know.
It's such a bro movie too.
Yeah.
When I worked at Verizon as a sales rep, I just remember the manager was like, this was funny to me. The manager was like to another employee, Closers, what was it? Coffees for closers.
Coffees for closers.
Coffees for closers. And then clearly this employee had not seen the movie because I know what the fuck he was talking about.
Yeah.
And because he was like, but I want some. Like he said it kind of like, oh, okay, I don't know how to respond, but I want coffee. And I was like, okay, I don't.
Yeah.
See, I don't know what's going on. And then later when I saw it, I was like, okay, you fucking.
Sounds like you've got a case of
Whatever.
Rick and Morty-itis. I think you
Is
hate
that right?
I'm thinking you don't like the fans more than you don't like
No,
that movie.
incorrect. Very
Yeah?
much incorrect.
Okay.
It's 100% the movie.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I stand by that.
I love that movie. That's such a
I
good
like Alan
movie.
Arkin.
Okay.
Alan Arkin. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. All right. So he also said Spy Game. He said the story shows how cruel the world of spying can be.
never
I
saw
haven't
that
seen
one.
it.
No.
Zero Dark 30. I didn't write anything for that, but he mentioned that one.
Was it
and
Chris Pratt in that one?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Dr. No, which
Oh,
I
really?
think was the first James Bond film.
Yes, it was.
But he said, while the world of espionage is so different from the Bond movies,
Yeah.
he loves his film. He's like, it's not really like that, but
He just likes it.
he just likes it.
It's just fun.
Everyone should watch it.
Yeah.
So then, you know, you have the shows. You're like, how do they, you know, compare to real life?
Get Smart. How real
Get
is
Smart isn't on my list, but Alias is.
it? Yeah.
Again, I talked about the coworkers, non-common the date coworkers.
Sure.
The high-speed chases, the firefights, the hand-to-hand combat. Generally, you want to stay away from that.
Sure.
Your goal is to not be noticed. So all of it was like, yo, that's not what we be doing. We're here to get the info and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
get the fuck
Because
out.
once you're compromised, like you're not going to see it coming.
You're done.
There's no hand to hand. It's just, it's just ice pick in the throat. You're done.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because I read about that with if you are compromised and you're in the belly of the beast, and usually because it's like pretty kind of diplomatic in a way.
Really?
Because the other superpower, let's say, because we talk about the Soviets a lot,
Yeah.
they're not going to want to kill you because you're an asset to the US, and they're like, if we fucking kill you, this might be more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah.
And I don't know I'm not saying people have not died. I don't know what the protocol of that is, but that means you just can't go undercover.
Well, wait, what do you mean by that? More trouble than like you're afraid of provoking your
That's right.
enemy
Yeah.
into doing something
That's
more
that's
overt?
correct.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That was a little tidbit I read, that people more likely than not are kind of like, I mean, I'm not saying that's probably the rule for everything, but it's not what people think.
Yeah.
Being like, tell us the secrets.
Plus, if you take them as a hostage, you could potentially trade them for other assets that your enemies may have taken from you as
Maybe.
well. You know?
Potentially.
Just
If I
to-
was the enemy, I'd do that shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, that's the game I'd play.
It's all a game.
It's a game.
ultimately.
Obviously.
Huh.
Yep.
That's fascinating, baby.
I know.
God, I had questions, but I don't remember what they were now. That sucks.
I'd love to hear them.
Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, you don't have information that I want to know. 24.
Okay.
Everyone, I think a lot of people, I didn't watch it, but
Me neither.
they talked about how like his 24-hour days are like the extreme end of the spectrum. And
Okay.
the agent said it can be nonstop if you're out in the field, depending on what you're involved in, which makes sense.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, that happens. But it's, it's not like I don't know how many. Again,
Yeah.
I haven't seen the show.
That would be my question, right?
Yeah.
Like does a spy have regular sleeping cycles?
Is it
like
a 9
other
to
people?
5?
You'd think it'd be like a office, like a desk job, kind of.
Would you?
I would think so. Like,
Would you?
Because you still have a regular job, right? Even if you're a spy, right? Because your job is not a spy. You're a kid, but hey, what's up, dude? What do you do for? I'm a spy. No, it's like I'm a minister of foreign blah with the Ministry of blah. That sounds like a desk job to me. And then while they're doing that, they're schmoozing with the enemy, getting information and so that they can share it with their government.
I respect what you're saying, but I also respectfully disagree. Respectfully,
Yeah.
I think that like while they have an undercover, I'm sure like position,
Yeah.
they're gonna have to do other shit to get in there and attain.
Right. Well, you got to go to
retain.
parties. You got to hobnob.
Yeah, you gotta hobnob it up. And there's another fact that someone's like, hey, it helps if you're hot, which obviously,
Oh yeah.
it always helps if you're hot.
Always.
People love hot people.
People assume hot people are dumb. Also.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You
interesting.
kidding me?
Do you assume that?
I think it's a generally held assumption. Yeah. Because people think that people who are good looking don't have to try.
Oh, I mean, I do think that, but I don't assume that someone's dumb if they're hot.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I like to look what's inside.
Well, yes, of course. You and I, we look at people beyond, just their superficialities. But
We're
I'm just saying
heroes.
the conventional perception.
Sure.
That's the stereotype.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I hear you. I hear that stereotype, but like in practice, I don't know how many people. And like, I'm not saying I haven't talked to every person, but in my mind, I don't think everyone is like, oh, you're hot, you're dumb, unless they're incel men
Okay.
and who want to be superior.
Yeah.
I think it's more, in my opinion, it's like, oh, you're hot, I'm intimidated.
Yeah. You ever heard of a himbo?
I have.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They exist,
Yeah.
don't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not saying that's the rule.
No, it's not the rule.
Yeah. Everyone, it's a him bimbo.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So anyways, going on, it says that like the families being in danger isn't like super typical because they're not just giving away their info.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of the time, like spy agencies, because I feel like a lot of these spies are like, yo, you're a loose cannon.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't protocol. But then they get it done.
Yeah, like Steven Seagal gets it done all
That's
the
right.
time.
That's right.
Every time.
She said they're not law-breaking organizations, despite what some conspiracy theorists want you to believe.
Okay.
So, yeah. So that's kind of about shows. I'm just gonna throw out some factoids,
I'm
some
so
general
ready
facts,
for
right?
factoids.
These are some more general. We got the history. We got some of the media out of the way. The
Factoids
film.
are so much better than facts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, you have a fact with an Altoid. Yum.
Yeah, Altoids are way better than regular men's.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That's without question.
Mm-hmm.
That is without question. They said if you're being polygraphed, it's too late. I think a lot of people are like, you're going to know how to trick a polygraph. And they're like, no, it's just too late at that point.
Yeah.
They already know you're a fucking spy.
Sure.
It's your
They
cover's
wouldn't
blown.
polygraph you if they didn't think you were suspect.
Yeah. They're like, if you pass it, then you're not a spy. It's like, no, they fucking know. They said like having the earpiece when you have like immediate support and targeting assistance as you're carrying out your operation does not happen.
Yeah.
So it's not the little like, yeah, I'm on this position. Like, no.
Because that's so obvious.
I know, I watch that in shows and I'm like, how the fuck would no one see that? They're like looking around. Yeah, I'm in the position. Also, there's a shit ton of people around you.
Mm-hmm.
You think no one's going to hear that? Like, what the fuck is this bitch saying?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm thinking about that scene in Casino Royale
Mm-hmm.
when he's like, put your hand down.
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
Like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully no one saw that.
So what do they do?
I don't know. I don't have that information. I think, well,
She could wear a wire.
What? Yeah, you can wear a wire. Like,
But there's
there's
no speaker.
ways to like there's ways to record information, but you're not specifically talking to kind of your, I don't know if they use the term handler, but your source. I think that's whatever.
Mhm.
And then, so the person you're connected
They
with that
call
you
him
report
Papa,
back.
I think.
What?
They call him Papa 1.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why not Mama? Sexist. And I think that they just have like a recording device and I mean, really it's about getting intel, right? It's not as like sexy and lavish. It's like, we're here, collect as much information, as we can, and then just report back.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
It's very rare if in your career to require a big change of appearance. They were like, I mean, I've changed like my hair before and put like a hat on, but it's not like, but I saw a video of someone who did have like, you can do makeup and change. I mean, I'm sure it happens, but I think it's like not super common.
Yeah.
Which again, all of these things that I'm reading are so incredibly disappointing to me.
Kind of, yeah.
Right? Am I bumming y'all out?
I mean, it would
Being a bummer?
be funny if like that's your cover. You just wear a hat now. You know.
You're like, fuck.
It's
I mean,
not-
we thought we saw a spy, but they're gone now.
Yeah, sure. It's not because you're balding. It's because you were undercover and now you need to change.
They
Your
have like a
appearance.
safari hat on.
Sure. Yeah,
And
and,
in
they wear the shirt too.
in
with
like
the
a
pockets.
climate that is cold
Yeah.
and doesn't really fit.
Like, Bob, come on, dude. He's like, no, you don't get it.
You don't get
They're after me.
it. All right.
I'm like, yeah, male pattern is after you.
Male pattern is after you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My buddy, male pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. They talked about how like you're trained to remember people's profiles when they stand out, when they do something unusual. They do learn how to use their car as a weapon in case they're ambushed. But that doesn't happen a whole lot, but you do learn that.
You know where it did happen?
What's that?
Kindergarten Cop.
Ayo.
We just watched that movie.
Did it happen
so
in Kindergarten
tight.
Cop?
Yeah, remember the creepy old mom antagonist?
Okay, but that
ran
no,
over the Leslie Knope's mom
not the
with
same.
the car, and then she
Yeah.
got back up and
Yeah.
like, you're done, and then beat the shit out of her with
Oh,
a bat.
that was your favorite part of the movie.
Oh,
and
I
it was a
was-
Louisville Slugger.
I was shouting
Yeah, yeah,
very loudly in the
that's
living room.
right. You sure were.
Yeah.
You were. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up with these facts.
Yeah.
I'm going to wrap it up with these facts. I'm just going to throw some out. I have a reference page. I tried to use stuff that wasn't like Wikipedia immediately, but then I just went because what I really want to know is like, do they fucking know hand-to-hand combat?
Yeah.
What's the deal with that?
Sure.
And a lot of it again was kind of a bummer. Like, yeah, like we kind of know it's like the best way to get info is like ranks of the organization. You kind of get in there. Yeah, there's like concealment devices. They said that MI9 was created with like many concealment devices.
Okay.
And the books are the most common.
Yeah.
But I did read another article that there are some agents that have extensive hand-to-hand combat knowledge, which I'm going to hold on to. So, and they are taught in firearms, but a lot of it is like there's not as much action as you would think.
Yeah, I get it.
There's not as much action.
It's more about politics.
Yeah, exactly. There's like it's more bureaucratic than anything else. They don't drive fancy cars because they want to obviously blend in.
Right.
James Bond comes up, like the villains are like, you have money. Maybe you are a secret agent, perhaps?
Yeah. They assume that a guy with money wouldn't want to fuck it up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to lose what he has.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which
I'm
there
not
is a certain logic in that, I
Not
think.
a spy.
but- Yeah.
Yeah. So, usually if they talk about like car chases and they're not common and you can't outrun weapons and drones in the car. Like people are like, "Where are bullets?" They're like, come on.
Bulletproof cars, is that a thing?
Please. They didn't mention it. I'm sure that exists.
Yeah.
It was interesting. One of the things I found interesting was they
Okay.
talked about when they were talking about gadgets.
Yeah.
They said that sometimes they actually get ideas for movies. Like they'll see something and they're like, "Oh shit, okay," but they can't reveal the gadgets they have because they're like, "We can't fucking tell you."
Yeah.
Obviously. So that's what I got.
So no mention of car submarines, I take it? Or
No.
Dang it.
I mean, yeah, no, and it's interesting. There's a International Spy Museum in DC that's pretty dope.
Really? Let's go.
Yeah, I've been, but like I
Yeah.
didn't really get to experience it as much as I would have
Really?
liked.
Dang it.
So
Sounds
we
like
kind of had to
you-
rush through.
Yeah, it sounds like you didn't get up early enough that day or something. Is that... I don't know what that was about.
Potentially rush.
People slept in.
Maybe.
Even though they, left. I don't know. Anyway.
Things happen.
Things happen. It's
beyond your
crazy.
control.
It's crazy.
What are you gonna do?
It's crazy.
So I hope everyone learned a lot about spies, and I hope I didn't bum everyone out with my bummer information.
Was there no mention of the spy community's thoughts on Nicolas Cage?
You'd think that'd be the first fact.
Wouldn't you?
You would think.
That'd be my first question. What do we think of Nick Cage?
What's the Nick Cage info?
Has he done any spy movies?
I was wondering. I mean,
Face Off.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, he has been like an officer and shit.
I'm John Travolta.
I'm John Travolta now. He was in he was in Snake Eyes, and he wasn't a spy in that, but he was getting some intel.
He was getting intel.
He was getting intel. I can't think of any movie he was a spy. I'm sure it exists though.
Yeah. Can I do more Nick Cage impressions?
You know what? Be my guest. You deserve it.
Well, John, I'll let you know about it. I'm pretty freaked out right now because I'm Nick Cage.
Actual line in the movie, you guys. They're like, we're just going to keep it in.
Just let him be Nick Cage.
We're going to keep it in. Honestly, if you have not seen that film,
I am the Ghost Rider.
I highly encourage it.
What's
It
Snake
was
Eyes?
no. Face Off.
Oh yeah,
It was
great movie.
so fucking good.
Yeah.
It was such a treat.
Didn't someone get blasted with a missile in that, or am I thinking? Or it was a speedboat, right? He ran over the.
There was a speedboat race.
John Travolta with the
you guys,
speedboat.
it had everything. Like a boat or a boat chase, a speedboat chase.
Mm-hmm.
No one knew they needed it, and then you see it, and you're like, oh. And there's so many unnecessary scenes where there's chases.
Yes, absolutely.
Here for it though.
Love
100%.
I mean, I wish, actual espionage was more like Face Off. That would be so cool.
That's all I want in this world.
I'm surprised they didn't mention Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Because
They did.
To me, that seems like a very realistic take on.
They did mention it.
espionage world.
My love, I just couldn't get all the information in.
Really?
There was a lot of facts here, and we just don't have the time. So you shouldn't be surprised because they did.
Yeah, maybe
and
I'll
I
look it
do remember it was mentioned that was a more real, because from my understanding, it's kind of a more slow, realistic.
Yeah.
And they did mention it was more
It's
realistic.
like a chess game.
Yeah. That's right.
Checkmate.
I want to learn how to play chess.
Checkmate. Let's
Yeah.
learn. Why not?
It just feels like a
sucks,
smart people
though.
game.
We're smart. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
We are not checkers people, baby.
I love checkers though.
Oh, God.
I kind of am.
Okay.
I kind of am, you guys.
What about Chinese checkers?
I haven't played that in so long.
I've never played it.
You haven't?
I don't know anything about
We
it.
should play it.
Yeah,
I got
okay.
it. It's here.
Really?
Yeah, it's in our possession.
Let's do it right now. Let's just start a game.
Perfect.
Mid-podcast.
Yep. Let's just keep it going.
You think they just call them checkers in China?
There's no telling.
Huh?
There's no telling.
What's Cantonese for checkers?
I don't know. I feel like it would be Mandarin. Isn't that the
It
more
could
widely?
be Mandarin. No, I don't know.
I feel like it is, but I could be wrong.
I think that's not fair to say because I think it
Okay.
might be Cantonese, but I
Okay,
don't
it's
know.
not fair to say that I might be wrong.
Well, yeah, you might be wrong,
Yeah.
but yes, I was gonna say it might not be fair to say that Mandarin is the more widely spoken language.
Well, maybe it's not fair to say that Cantonese is.
That's also fair.
Perfect.
Yeah,
We're at an impasse.
we're not googling that either.
No. Do we
In
ever?
fact,
Google
I don't even
Hemingway?
want to know.
No.
Don't
Let's
ever
keep
tell
us
me.
in the dark. I don't want to get into cultures.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
So, what made you want to learn more about espionage, babe?
Well, I mean, it just came to mind. I was like, what would be interesting to know? And then I immediately thought about, like, what's something fucking cool? Spies.
Yeah.
Spies. What's funny is I just Googled spies initially,
Yeah,
and I just wasn't getting the information. And then I Googled espionage, and the internet was like, yeah, bitch, that's what we thought.
that's the real word.
That's
for
the
it.
real word for it, you fucking idiot.
I wonder
it was
what-
very rude,
I wonder-
very aggressive.
I wonder what the world of espionage is like now. Do you think there's a whole other game being played? Especially with Russia escalating.
Oh, yeah.
Relations and
Absolutely. It's just
China
advancing.
being China and stuff.
China going to
What do you
be
think?
China.
It feels like a whole new Cold War is coming on.
Yeah. Very scary. Yeah, I know. Like, there's intelligence out there trying to get, I don't know about it. I know nothing.
I know nothing.
I know nothing.
Oh, that's what I wanted to mention. When
Okay.
you were talking about that swinging couple from
Yeah.
isn't that what the show The Americans was based off of?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
'Cause that sounds like the premise of that show.
Maybe.
Where you have a couple from Russia pretending to be Americans who are spying, but they're like a swinging like they
Are
have
they
sex.
pretending to be Americans?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't know. Oh, that makes sense. I've never seen it.
And they're like, and one of them's like really hot, and
Ooh.
they're like infiltrating.
I feel like Connie Britton is
Sex.
in that. Maybe I'm wrong.
It was the girl from
Is she redhead?
I think wait.
No.
I might be conflating two different shows, but I thought it was the chick from True Blood.
I don't think it is.
I might be thinking of another show.
Yeah.
But that was a show.
All right.
On FX.
Yeah, no, I know. I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. So a lot of, interesting. But I also think, what if all of these things are a lie to throw us off their tracks?
You think?
They're like, it's not that crazy, guys. And then they go into the office and they're like, it's fucking wild in here.
I asked I have a friend who's in the Air Force, and I asked him, I saw an article about this experimental aircraft that doesn't officially exist.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was called the TR-3B or something. And it's like super high tech, nuclear powered. It creates it uses plasma to create like an anti-gravity field, all this stuff. And I sent it to him in our group chat. I was like, hey, for real though, does this exist? And like I was like, I can keep a secret. You can tell me.
You can tell me.
Come on, dude, just tell me. And then completely ignored it.
Oh, seriously?
No acknowledgement. No, was like, it's classified. Wasn't like, no, it's completely fake. Just completely dodged the question.
You're probably putting him in a uncomfortable sit.
Well, but now I'm suspicious. It's like, are you avoiding me because of this awkward social situation where you don't actually care about my question, or am I onto something?
Knowing about this friend, very considerate, nice guy. I feel like he wouldn't just straight up and ignore you. So I think
it's real.
I think we got our answer, you guys.
It's got to be. He wouldn't just not answer that question.
But also, he gave away no information just in case this is traced back to this young man.
But we know.
We know.
We know.
We
Absolutely.
know.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know.
I always wanted to be a spy.
Yeah?
Like I thought about being in like the FBI or the CIA. Like I would go to the websites and be like, oh, how do I apply? How do I get experience for
When were you into this? How old were you?
Probably college. When
really?
I was getting my political science degree. Yeah.
Have you seen Agent Cody Banks?
Well, that's what got me into it.
Really?
Like, oh man.
That's what honestly I was here. I'm like, really? Because I did watch that movie and I was like, oh my God, they have a fucking camp to train people to be spies?
Yeah. Like if Frankie Muniz can do it.
Honestly.
Who can't?
Everyone can.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know how to talk to girls, you guys.
He can't even remember shit. He didn't lost half his memories from,
That's right.
from what the article said.
Very sad. Very sad.
Yeah.
He was a car accident, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
That sucks.
I had a big crush on Frankie Muniz.
Yeah?
I had a crush on every single boy I saw, though.
Sure. You were boy.
I did.
You're boy crazy.
I couldn't get enough. I was thirsty.
Even for Beans from Even Stevens?
No. Shia LaBeouf, though, for sure.
Oh, sure.
And his friend that I can't remember the name.
Oh, yeah. I remember that guy's face. Mm-hmm. He was like a surfer dude.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Do you remember the episode where he had the churro machine?
Yeah, I think I do.
He got like a part-time job, I think, like walking dogs. So
yeah. He was always like high, kind of, right?
Yeah, a little bit. He was funny.
Yeah. Man, that show, there's some good shows. Good shows from back in the day that you don't know if they'll hold up, and sometimes they do.
We've been watching some Snick.
I was going to say all that
on YouTube
holds up.
Yeah.
This is all that.
I wouldn't say everything holds up. I don't think the
I
Alien
agree.
show with the Black Power
I never
Ranger,
watched that though. I never watched that.
Yeah.
Space Case?
I don't know what it
I
was.
never fucked with that.
I'd never heard of it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah.
You don't say don't hold. We don't know. We don't know how it was.
Alex Mack,
I didn't rewatch that, but I loved that show.
Yeah.
Adam only cared about the powers and not the personal.
She was like, didn't you love the interpersonal relationships? Like, yeah, I only liked it when she turned into Goop. And I was like, oh shit, Goop. And then they were like, oh, my feelings. I'm like, next. And then I switched it to Cartoon Network.
I want to correct that part of the story that I literally never asked you how you feel about. I wouldn't be like, hey, baby, didn't you love it when she talked about her feelings?
Yeah.
Obviously. Because I was talking about how I loved that show, and you were immediately like, I only cared about the powers. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
When she did the electricity thing.
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool.
Yeah. Her friend was cool.
Next, Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm. Go, and you're sitting there and you're like, fuck yeah.
That's
got
what it was.
jazzed.
And, I was watching all those Power Rangers, and then
Yeah.
Alex Mack comes on. I'm like, where's the Zords?
Where's the Zords?
Where's the, superpower morphin stuff?
Yeah,
and
Mighty
the
Morphin.
power, and the weapons and, robots and stuff. Like,
Mhm.
how are you going to keep my attention with
Yeah.
goop, with just turning into goop?
So you just want all shows to be Power Rangers, is what I'm
Pretty
hearing.
much.
Okay,
or
all right.
Batman or X-Men.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, still to this day, that's all I really want.
No, I know.
If we can get Bryan Cranston in, oh my God. Did you know Bryan Cranston had played a role in Power Rangers? I think he was like a writer, or I don't know. He was affiliated in some way, like in the production of the show, and the Blue Ranger Billy Cranston was named after Bryan Cranston.
I didn't know that. I wasn't a
That's a real
diehard.
fact.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me redo that reaction. What? Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know.
That is. I have to tell everyone I know.
You really should right now. Let's pause the show so you can tell like 8 people at
Yep.
least.
I'm doing it right now.
Oh wow. Was that a BlackBerry? Wow.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
it's clicky.
Yeah, it's very
You
clicky.
got the little wheel. Can you?
Yeah, it's the
can you
wheel.
play with the wheel for me real quick?
Yeah, yeah.
What's that sound like?
Pretty.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it needs to be oiled.
Yeah, you got to oil that wheel. Do you think
That's
you used
right.
to sell wheel oil for the BlackBerry
No.
phones?
No.
No. Don't you think it would need it?
No.
Huh?
It's not like made out of something that would require it to be oiled.
I'm just thinking it's like the Top Golf
Yeah.
controller. Have you seen that game Top Golf? With
Yeah,
it's just
I
a
have.
ball that
Oh,
just spins
yeah.
embedded in the.
Sure.
That's what I think of a BlackBerry
Okay.
ball as.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's incorrect, but that's fine.
Yeah. Are we doing anything cool soon? Oh, we're going to the tractor pool tomorrow.
You guys, we're seeing a tractor pull.
pull.
Yeah. And I hope everyone talks like that.
They will. Don't worry.
Perfect. I've never been to one. I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Stoked for it.
We're gonna ride rides.
Get on that track.
We're gonna ride some rides.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get some. I don't know what we're gonna eat. We're still
I don't
doing
know either.
keto. I don't know what's gonna be.
There's
cool.
meats. I'm sure there's meats.
I don't think they're gonna have turkey legs though. Well,
No.
We're just gonna have to get burgers and just eat them.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
meat.
fine.
That's
I'm
what
not
we're gonna have to do.
concerned.
I'm
I'm not concerned about it.
It'd be cool if they had wings, like
Yeah.
chicken wings. That'd be
Oh, I'm not going to hold my breath.
tight. Yeah. Maybe we should get dinner before.
Okay. Yeah. Honestly, I think that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think just so we don't have to rely on the food. Because I'll be a cranky bitch.
You're telling me.
Yes, I am.
You're telling me.
Yes,
dog.
I am.
All right, well, we're going to go.
Okay.
It's time to I Spy the end of the show.
Also, great books. Fucking
Is
amazing
that right?
books.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, they're great.
Yeah.
Any books that you don't have to read, I'm here for.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Love the pickies. Yeah. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you learned something.
Yeah.
And thanks for listening.
Peace out.